Hello, hello. Okay. So, yeah. So currently I'm on my laptop. So our goal is to refactor a system. So, okay. So whenever I refactor my system, I like to just make a new branch because I don't want to disturb my full code. And it's a little bit of refactoring on a larger side. So yeah, I'll be creating refactor items. So we are introducing not a new item, but a new concept of item effects, right? So currently, we used to do is we would basically match two items, and then we would get the item, and then we can use those items, right? Uh, so now we have another concept of elements, right? So there would be also, like as you can see, if I right. So here you can see we have fire element, water element, and then there is this grass element. So we have these three elements, and these three elements are kind of like rock paper scissors. Like fire beats grass, grass beats water, water beats fire. And so now you can like apply your elements onto the waters, or onto the sword, or onto shield, and now they will have extra damage if they are, if they counter like other element. Let's say enemy has a sword which has the effect of water, and I have a shield which has a fire effect. So now the water will do more damage against my shield. And yeah, so there is this element of strategy to it, where basically you have to counter each other, and if you put something wrong, or maybe your opponent plays a little bit like he's gonna mix with fire, but he has like there at the end time he can get the water element and then he can mix water and then attack one. So there is this element to it, and we just want to test it out, like how viable this whole thing is, right? How fun can be. And the earlier how item used to work. So these items you can't directly use. It is yeah, they are not activated directly. Like you have to you apply onto the other items, but they're still items. So I'm just thinking a way to implement that. So it's kind of like it has some flexibility to it, and yeah. Okay. So give me 1 second. So we currently have our items and stuff here, and I have a couple of idea what I want to do. Okay, so first of all, for creating items, right? For creating items and then base state, base state. Let's say I have a gold and shield. So there is this. This is the base state of my item, right? Currently, there is only one state of an item. Uh, the, the more important data is this only two, like the type of item and the how much amount or something is, right? And so that's why for this we have like scriptable objects. Uh, and in the current version of our code, we have this item class, which is a kind of like in-game data, which converts from which converts data from item data, this particular scriptable object, to running version of our thing. Rather than doing that way, what I want to do is so I'll just open my item data. So this data is only like useful. One more thing we're gonna introduce here is so we have item type and how it can be used. Like, is it something which is active items? So active items would be like sword and shield, and then there can be item effect. So we just create in public enum called consume type. Consume type. Yeah, I'm not sure what to name this. Any suggestion? I think for right now, let's just consume type, and there will be two. The one would be active type, right? And so we also have like resource types, which does not like becomes also does not come into the play. I guess let's just say consumables. Consumable active. We have to change this name. What we can do here is use type. Yeah, I think that's a better use type. So we have consumable, and then we have effect, right? So effect would be, or we can also say ability, but effect sounds right. So this would be some form of effect that can be applied onto active type, right? So we'll just add this data also here. So use type, and we have our amount. And these three data, like these three things are kind of important for in-game purposes also and for other purposes. So this item data would be strictly used, like this won't be used anywhere inside our game logic. This is strictly for just creating data. Like if I want to change some data for my items here and there, like I can easily do that. So that if you are kind of you are using this thing as a database, very simple. So that's why it's in with the data. And I think our item system will get a little bit more complicated. uh, I'll just make a folder for items, and the items will create one more script, and we'll name this item. So we already have a item class. We'll be changing its name. So let's go to our item and let's put it in our items class, item folder. It was the wrong. Yeah, and this would become item behavior, right? So this would be, why we change this name to item behavior is because this would be visual for item, right? This wouldn't hold pure yeah, this would do all the logic onto our data. And in the item class now we can make item class which would be like plain C# class, and here we can just put the data we actually need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this class serializable, right? So we can actually, if we need to, we can serialize this data, and also for the data to show in inspector, in unit inspector, we have to make it serializable. And I'll just copy this data and I'll put it inside this item. Right. So this is like what I want in my item, nothing more, nothing less. And if I need anything more, I'll just put it there. And here I'll just do item, right? So now my item data will have this particular class referring to the data class. I can put, uh, I can just set my data here, and there are some additional data which I need. And this whole thing would also get copied from here to this particular class. And now I'll be moving this to its own file. So I'll just item, and I'm gonna copy this whole and paste it here. Right. Okay. So this is the like first step. Now let's check if we have any errors or what. Let's see if we have any errors. So yes, we have a couple of errors here. So in the game manager, yeah. So this would be uh, so now for this to get access, we have to item dot type, right? And this is weird because this items list is not actually items. So what we can do is we can change this name to items data, right? So it can refer to, and then we can do that. There will be a couple more errors. So here also we have to do data dot item dot type, data dot item dot amount. But rather than doing this way, what I'm gonna do is currently I just want to solve all the common errors, and then we'll figure out a better way to do this. So, so currently we have item, yeah, it's the same thing here. We need item dot item type, item dot item. This is we are just doing this for solving a couple of errors, so our code can compile properly. Yeah, so now it's compiling, and also our data would get a little bit of, right. So now let's also fix these things. So fire would be fire. It would be effect amount we don't need. So in the gold case, it would be gold, and it is a consumable item. It gives one gold. For grass, it would be grass. It is effect amount. For shield, it is active item, and shield uh, does block one damage. Star is star, and star is like it is a consumable, and it gives one turn. Sword is sword. It is active item, and it does two damage. Same thing for big shield. So big shield is a shield. It is active item, and it blocks three damage. Big sword is a sword. It is active item. It does five damage. Yeah. So currently, let's do that. So now our data is fine, and we have a couple of things addressed now. So this item behavior, what I was earlier doing is that I was just copying whatever I done with that particular piece of data. I was using it here, right? So there was this active item is used, and so I'm gonna get rid of this whole thing, right? So amount is also arbitrary. Yeah. Let's just do this. So let's just make here item. I don't know why I named this way. So we don't need this at all. And now what we're going to do is we'll do item is equal to data dot item. So we're gonna take the item data from our scriptable object and put it into our item behavior. Right. So we're just gonna copy this full data. And now now we have this amount which we can keep track of. Right. So we can do in-game tracking for that particular data. There is also this is used and is active data, but is mostly used for other stuff. We gonna we don't need this also. Okay, so item amount. Uh, will it this have this whole thing now. So item behavior is very is connected to a turn manager. So now we'll have errors also, quite a few this time. Ah, okay, so now whenever we are doing attack, what we used to do is we had this active item. You know what? Rather than calling this item, let's just call this data, right? Because this is actually a data. So let's just do data, and now we can focus on errors. So, so this is the first problem we are having is the merge items, and I think yeah, I really I wanted to try merge item very quickly, so I just did something which I should have not done. So I think I'll just skip this because I also want to refactor the whole recipe thing, right? How can you merge two items? Currently, it's very hard. It's not also that much hard coded, but it is kind of hard coded. So I want to change that also because now we are not just merging two active items. We are also merging active item with effect items, and that has like completely different effect on the item. So yeah, so earlier version would not work here. So I'm gonna refactor that also. So let's just keep this error as it is. We don't care about that, and we'll figure it out a different way to do that. So whenever we used to attack, right? How we are doing that is we will check every active items. So active item is something you place here on this particular active slot, and then you check what type of item it is. So here, rather than just checking this, we will be checking from the data, right? So we have created a plain C# class which holds data, and we will be saying why do this, right? I can just make these three variable inside my item behavior class, and it would work the same way which I was doing earlier. But the whole point here is to do this way because like at one point of time we'll be serializing a lot of stuff, like we have to save our game state, right? So if we keep our data separate right now, then whenever we have to save our data, it would be very easy to just save this particular class in some format in text file or somewhere. Or if we are going to make this game multiplayer, this would be very helpful in terms of sending packets, like serializing this data and sending to server or something, right? So that's why I do this. That's why I'm also refactoring right now. Okay, so that thing got solved. So now, yeah. So in the health also, like when we take damage, we also were doing that same thing. So we are checking. So we'll keep this data here. Same thing. This would be a data dot amount, and this would be active item dot data dot amount, and here we'll be checking active item dot data dot amount. Right. Currently, changing amount won't be reflecting. You know what? I need to keep, because whenever we change our amount, we have to update our UI, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'll just make amount property, right? And this would get data.amount, and whenever we set our data, uh, data.amount.value, and what we used to do is we have UI for amount label dot text would become data.amount to string. Right. I think this would be a much better way. So now we don't have to worry about updating our text. Whenever we update our amount using this particular property, we'll be doing that. So let's go to our health, not just health, uh, where we are doing our text. So in the character also, yeah. So this is fine. Let's go to health, take damage. So here we'll be using amount like this. Same here we'll be using amount, amount. Yeah. So this is, and now we can check if we have more errors. Yes, we do. So same thing here. We have to do data.type, data.type. These are some typical errors. Okay, so now we have solved most of our error related to the refactor, and everything should work. The one error which is still remaining is this one, right? So the merging of items. Okay. So currently, let's not refactor the whole recipe thing because I want to. Yeah, let's just make it so it works. So what we used to do was in the recipe we used to make a recipe like this. So the same way we are using scriptable object, we had recipe. In the big sheet, I put a key like what two items I can merge. So shield and what will be the result of the item. So I can do this. I can make lots of this, and it would take into the account of all these keys. It would check out, and then it would merge uh, our items. Right? So rather than taking this item data itself, what I want to do right now is I have a type for each of my item, right? So I have a type for each of my item. I guess, hmm, yeah. So my recipe key should not be item data. What I want here is item type, item type. Uh, and so this would become item type. We'll be changing this later too, right? This is not fixed in any way or any form. So let's do that. Then the recipe, yeah, we also need to solve this problem now. So rather than passing data, I can just pass data.type, data.type here, and this would get rid of the error. Nice. And now I have to fix my data. So in the big shield, what I want is a two shield will make a one big shield, and two sword will make a big sword. So if I play, I hope nothing breaks. So I'll open my developer console, and what I will do is I'll just do toggle tiles. It will toggle everything. And if I mix two shields, okay, so we have an error here. This kind of big error. Let's do error of false. So happening in the turn manager. So, oh, are we missing? Did we break our scriptural objects? Yes, we did. Yeah, yeah. So, these all scriptural objects. Let me go to prefabs and let me go to my all prefabs here and just give. I don't have reference to items, so I don't want item for fire. I want. I actually I want for everything. Gold, shield, star, no star, sword. Yeah, for this I'll just go to prefab and drag and drop my item here. Yeah, okay. So now it has item behavior. I'll drag and drop amount label. So now we have this data uh, which would get populated, you know, when we are doing that. Let's go to our scriptable object and give it the item it needs. So big sword, gold, not gold, shield and sword. These need items. Fire does not need anything. Yeah, so yeah, this is fine. Yeah, we proved a lot of things, I guess. So in the tile, what is happening here? Oh, it does not have item data because I changed. So I need to give this shared and a sword. Yeah, this is fine. But how did it not change? Okay, finally it is working. Yeah. Okay. So whatever we did with refactoring, it works right now. Not how we wanted. Like not not what exactly we want, but yeah, it is working. So the next step is still everything is fine here. What I now want to do is in my not in my item behavior, in my inventory, not also just in yes here. So currently we are creating items based on our type, but we here it is better for to do case statement. Same here, rather than calling this item, we just switch to lambda data. And also this item, I don't want to name this item. I want to name this item data because it is actually initial base item data, base data. Yeah, so I like this much. And what I want to here do is rather than switching using this statement, I want to switch on first style dot item data dot data dot use type, right? And so based on use type, if it's active, consumable, or effect, I want to do different stuff. So if it's active type, then I want to do this, and I don't want any other chances. In case of if it's consumable, then I want one more switch cases on item data dot. Now I'll be checking my type, right? And in the type, I'll be only looking for. We can make this much better, but right now we'll just do this. So I don't want anything else. I just want these two cases to handle. So in case of star, I want this, and in case of gold, I'll be doing this. So now I'll be removing this all together. And now we have you know, so now we are using actually this use type which was meant to be used like this. And same for effect also. I want to create an item, right? So this would basically create an item for our effect. I think our debug command should also our cheat command should also work now for these effects. Like if I write add card water, it is not working. Oh, it won't work. Uh, yep, what? It's not working for sword. Hmm. Why? Does it work for shield? It does not. Uh, what would be the reason? It does have sword and shield. Hmm. Let's do debug.log here. If item data come item data item data create and add item data. Let's do debug.log item data and also debug.log this whole thing. Yeah. is returning null. Trying to debug. That is weird. There is something wrong. We are not saving this data. Okay, so now we can spawn our items. So we got that, but the we what we haven't figured out yet is how we gonna apply that effect onto our active items. So for example, I can just do this toggle tiles, so I can see all the tiles, and uh, so I can mix these two and create a sword, and also I can get this water. So now, yeah, so now the water tiles, water item is created when we mix them. But the problem is, like, this is so we are using old code for moving this tile around, right? And we were not checking anything regarding you know which kind of tiles we can, which kind of item we can put here. So we can put this active item. So now what we want to do is uh, only active item can be placed in this card area. So if I hover over it, it says that this is active area. This is where you put item to be part of combat and la 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 la. La. Yeah. So now we can also put this in. But this doesn't do anything, right? If we put there, doesn't put there, it doesn't do anything. So it not make any sense also to put that there. What we want to do is we can pick this item and drop onto this item, and it will basically apply the water effect onto our item. So that's what we want. How we can do that? So what we used to do earlier was to create recipes for those things, right? So here we had recipes for these things, and we used to create. We used to check if the recipe is valid when we are dragging, when we are merging two items, and if it's, then we'll merge. Otherwise, we won't do anything. But that, I don't think that's a very flexible system. Like, it allows us to mix two items, but it does not allow us to do anything more complicated, which we want to do right now. So first of all, let's just not allow a user to put the item there. So what we can do here, we have like this function where we are basically manipulating cards. Manipulating, such a creepy word. Yeah. So here we are just checking user input and doing all those stuff, whatever user want to do. We don't care. Here, so what we're doing is we have the selected item. So whenever we are putting something here onto the card area, right? So if it's a card area, here we just check one more thing, like if selected item dot data dot use type, and if it's item type of active, but I meant to do type, use type is active, right? And then only you're allowed to do this. Else we'll check this and this, and I think it would just work out. So now let's check. I see there's one. There is one viewer. Hello, hi. So let's do toggle tiles. What did I write the spelling wrong? Okay. So now we can do, and now we can't put it. My bad. We can't place the item onto the card area. We can put it though. My bad. Yeah. So basically, and also, yeah, this tooltip is very, yeah. So basically, I created tooltip system very fast for just showing information. So currently, we are showing very few information. I think we need to make this tooltip system a little bit more sophisticated. Yeah, we can't like just have we are just holding that yeah, this should not be happening. Like, yeah, this is just hindrance. Like, I hate this. Okay, so this is fine. Now, what I need to do. So let's first of all let me just commit whatever I did. So I did lot of things. I refactored too many things. That's why we create new branch whenever we are doing a big refactor. There is more refactor coming. So that's what programmers do. They write code and then they refactor that code till we live, till we die. So yeah, so I'm gonna commit this as item data refactor. Yeah, because this is whole like everything we did was to like just make item behavior a little bit more flexible, and also yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else. Okay, what more can we do? Dude, I forgot to enable my video capture. Hey, I, dude, I thought it was done. I thought it was turned on, bro. My bad. Um, yes. So everything is fine. Okay. So now I think we. I think I don't like this recipe thing anymore. Yeah, it was good enough when we were doing like quick refactor. What I want right now is very sophisticated system. So let me just do some crazy stuff very fast. Okay, so what I want is, dude, I want so many things. I also need a combat system. Like, it's not actually combat system, but it is a stat system. Yeah, that's for sure. Like a stats system. We need that very badly. The reason we need that is because we'll be having lots of stats effect. Like, if water is attacking fire, or if fire is attacking water. Yeah, so in both cases there is like different stat changes. It's like plus and minus, but it is that there is something. Like, water attacks fire, we need to minus our stats. We need to decrease our attack stat. And if we are blocking fire attack with water element, we want to decrease our block stat. Like, whatever the amount of damage we are blocking, it get reduced very harshly. I don't have word. I have very little vocabulary for English, but I still speak something. Unfortunate. Okay, so I also need that. But currently, huh? How? Yes, I'm back. So where was I? Yeah, I was on a rant of a sophisticated system. Yes. Uh, okay. We have we have two kind of merges. Okay, so we have a merge. We have two type of merges. One, which is like active item. So we have three type of items, right? If we categorize them. So when we have active item, we have effect items, and then we have consumable. Consumable, we don't care. Yeah, because uh, if you match them, they will do something, and it would be like very instantaneous. Like player does not have any control over it. Like you match two items which are consumable, you just get the whatever stat they had, nothing else. In the merge, so basically you can merge active items with active items. Also, you can merge active items with effect items. When you merge active items with active items, they create a new item. When you merge active item with effect items, they update. They don't update. Like it just. I don't even know what they like. They don't even update. Like they just take in account. Okay, okay. So you basically got into me. Like that's not in a literal sense. So basically, the item would acknowledge that okay, I have this effect now. So item will have this effect. So we need some way for item to do that. So currently we have this working. Like if we do active to active, it would create the new items. Which by the way is using recipe system. I don't like that, but currently I don't want to change that. Okay, so let's just do very basic thing. Let's just do yeah, just that. That was a good diagram. Man. That was good diagram. Nothing good in it. I just diagram. So what we can here do is we can use composition. So item has effect, and this effect comes from somewhere else, somewhere. I don't like the fact. Don't like the fact that we are using the same item behavior for consumables. Yeah, I don't like this. Actually, this, like they share a behavior. That's for sure. They share behavior where a user can drag and drop it. That is one behavior they share. Yeah, that is the only thing they share. They don't even share the data, but that is fine. I don't care about that. Okay, okay. So let's create. So I don't have a problem with this. Do I have problem? I might, but currently I don't. This. Yeah, you know the whole thing is confused because I'm using item in the tile, also and in the item also. That is thing map. Yeah, we'll refactor that later. Currently, what I need is a public class item effect, item effect behavior, I guess, which is a mono behavior. What am I doing? Why I am doing this? Uh, because I want item to have effect. You know what? I don't need this right now. I want. I don't want to complicate things. I want to test this effect thing efficient and not make a crazy system out of it. Right? That's fair. Okay. So for that, So item will have public, it will have public item type called effect, right? So now this is not good. That's why I don't like the item type. You know, this might this can create a lot of problems, but as I told, I don't care right now. I just want to test this one. I just want to test my prototype. I can code as I want. Okay, so this will be that. So by default it will be star. Right? So if it's star, don't care, don't know what that is. That is the problem. That is the problem. You know what? I have to do this. There is no. There is a way. So confused. But let's just do this. So there is effect type one which is none. Then we have fire. Fire beats water. Water beats fire beats water. Fire can beat water. Water no. Fire beats grass. Grass beats water, and then water beats fire. Yeah, this is fine. So now here we have effect type. So at start, this would become effect. Effect is equal to effect type of none. Right? So we don't get. Now we can merge two things. So currently we won't do any visual changes. So I'll just go to my player controller, and here we can handle merge. Yeah. So this is the. So this is where we. This is not where do we merge. Yeah. Here we merge. Yeah. So we are checking if we are on another item behavior, and rather than directly doing this, we also need a couple of checks. So first of all, I need a switch statement, not switch statement. So I want to check if selected item, which is item that we are moving around, has type active, has use type of active, and item.data.useType is active, right? So if both are active, and then we can merge those two items, then we merge them. Else if selected item dot data dot use type, if it is effect type and item dot data dot use type is active type, that means item which is there dot data dot effect becomes so here we have to do switch. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. This can lead us to a lot of problems, but currently, as I don't care, and I don't care about this, this. I only care about these three. And if it's water, then we do item dot effect is equal to effect dot water. Here I do fire. Here I do grass. Else, just do this. And whenever we merge, I want to destroy. I want item, not this item. Selected item. Uh, no, what? Yeah, I should not be doing this here. I'm dumb. I should be taking here. And now here we do. So here I check if item1 dot data dot use type if it's active, and item2 dot data dot use type if it's active. Then we do this. Else if and also I want to check. Yeah, so we are passing selected item first. So if selected item is effect type and item2 dot data dot use type if it is active item, then I want to do this. Else false. Right. So here we also check switch statement if item one dot data dot type, and we don't need this whole thing. And here what we need to do is we need to change our item two dot data to water effect like this, and here it would become fire effect. This would become grass effect, and after doing this, the say to item one is used equal to true, right? And then we copy this, paste it here, and we can return true. Not here. Yeah. So this is what I wanted in the merge items. The merge items work now. It won't show any visual changes, which we can also do it. We can make visual changes. So now I can just type my command toggle tiles fire. So if I drag this, it won't do anything, right? So currently we can't do like this. We have to do this way. So now it got merged. So now this item has fire effect, and that is cool. That is cool. So now our merge thing are working in a very different way. So we can just do this whole else if in a reversible way. But I am just lazy. Uh, I got that. Now we have to use that in battle system. So yeah, I think this is it for me for today. So I'm gonna just do implemented effect and active item merge, and I'm gonna push this branch. Okay, so bye bye guys. I'm gonna take off right now.